ever wish that there was someone or something in your life that would remind you of all of the little niggling things that you've forgotten? Well, we're doing something a little bit new today on Budget Girl, and you guys are gonna have to tell me if you like it or not, but we are talking about all the things that you should remember to budget for or account for this month. We're also going to talk about some of the financial things that you should probably do this month just to stay on top of stuff, what you should buy, what you shouldn't buy, how to save money this month, and more. Consider me your financial remembrall from Harry Potter. I'm a millennial, I can't help it. So here's your ultimate money guide for July. So first off, here's some things that you shouldn't forget to budget for this month. These are things that wouldn't normally be in your budget probably, and expenses that could kind of sneak up on you. First off, July 4th, obviously. Plan for extra money for barbecues. Even when the produce and stuff is on sale, it's still potentially you're feeding more people than you might normally. You might need to bring dishes to feed a lot of people. Don't forget swimming hole fees, travel fees, extra sunscreen, fireworks maybe if you or your family participate in them. Perhaps replacing camp chairs that haven't seen the light of day since last year. This obviously is kind of for USA only, but there are summer holidays around the world and they cost you a little bit of extra money. Next up, seasonal clothing. You might have already purchased all of this, but a lot of people kind of are still catching up in June. So when July hits, they really start to get into the summer fun feeling. They purchase new summer clothes. You might figure out that their swimsuits from last year have dry rotted and you just might need a few more items. The good news is that if you've waited this long, summer clothing is going to start going on sale very, very soon, and you might be able to find some deals. It is currently garage sale season, which is an excellent place to pick up stuff that you might need. And if you're anywhere near a college town, leases are ending, and a lot of people move in July, so they're getting rid of a lot of good stuff and sometimes really, really cheap. So if you need something, now might be a good time. Budgeting for summertime fun and travel is of course essential if you're trying to escape the heat. Remember to budget for pool noodles, travel supplies. If you're headed anywhere, remember to budget for gas, road trip food, stops along the way, etc. It can be a time when you essentially just open the wallet and are like, whatever. We're also only about a month out from school coming back. So you might want to remember to budget for back to school supplies. There are sales coming up for that, but you might want to wait until August when those hit before stocking up. And also remember to budget for that extra money in your account because those school supply lists are super long. You also might need back to school clothing, new backpack, new lunchbox. Those garage sales are an excellent place to look out for that kind of stuff if you're shopping used. And also watch out for sales on tech, school supplies, etc. Next, let's talk about some overall money things that you should maybe start thinking about a little bit this month. First is to revisit your annual goals. We are halfway through the year and maybe those goals died back in January, but there is always time to revive them or revise them to fit the life that you're actually leading. Pull out your annual goals list, strike and amend anything that no longer suits who you are or where you're going, and go ahead and adjust to see how that you can get the goals that are very important to you back on track or completed this year. Be realistic. Now that we've looked backward, let's look forward. It is 26 weeks until Christmas and 21 weeks until Thanksgiving. The holidays come whether we prepare for them or not, but there's still time to have an easy, paid-for Christmas. Here's a handy-dandy chart that shows how much you have to save each week to have this amount at Christmas. Personally, my personal budget for Christmas is around $750. That covers gifts, food, travel, family, and dog sitters. Don't forget those. Don't let the holidays sneak up on you, put you in debt, or give you more stress than you need. Start preparing now. If just the thought of that stressed you out, here's a challenge for you. Expense tracking challenge. If you've never tracked your expenses before, you will be shocked at how much you spend on certain things. Use this as an opportunity to write down and categorize every single purchase this upcoming month. It will be eye-opening, I promise you. This will give you a bird's eye view of where your money is going and any blind spots that you might have when it comes to money. Like I said, every month is a little bit different. So this month you might be going on a holiday somewhere or spending extra on this or that, but there will definitely be things that you are spending more on than you think you are, and that's probably where some of your money stress is coming from. If you're new to budgeting, write down every single thing that you spend money on a sheet of paper or in a spreadsheet, and then go back and categorize them. You're gonna categorize them into items like rent, groceries, electricity, eating out, entertainment, gas, kids, etc. I have a free printable budget if you'd like to get started, linked below. It's very easy to print out and fill in, and I promise no one ever has to look at it but you, but it will help you see where your money's going and maybe some ways to eliminate some of the stress. You can't deal with the situation if you don't know what it is. Next, what is on sale in July? So everything goes on sale eventually, and sales have big cycles, and if you pay attention to them, you can save a lot of money, especially on bigger items and bigger purchases. Please don't let this list encourage you to buy something that you don't actually need, but instead allow it to educate you so you can start looking for these cycles and save money when you do need it. So some of the big things that go on sale in July is grills and patio furniture. This starts after the July 4th celebrations. But if you can wait even longer, the longer in the summer that you wait for this, the more prices are going to drop. So if you can still find any like patio furniture or grills in August or September or even October, you're gonna pay pennies if they're still in stock anywhere. But they start going on markdown now. You can also find discounts on garden supplies, paint, tools, and other home improvement type stuff at places like Lowe's and Home Depot. Those are gonna start going on sale now because people are kind of done being outside and in the sun, at least for fixing up the yard. That was kind of those were at their top prices back at the beginning of the summer. For laptops, if you can wait until late summer, you can save big with back to school sales if you need a new laptop, especially for Apple products. Those go on sale every year in August. Next, spring and summer clothing. So spring clothing is going to be on clearance, and big sales on summer clothing are going to happen starting this month in July, especially from retailers like Target and Walmart and Old Navy, places like that that run ahead of the style cycles. They're gonna start getting in fall wear, so get the summer stuff while it's on sale if you need it. Swimwear also goes on clearance in July. Next, appliances. So 4th of July sales for appliances are really generally pretty good, up to 40% off for most large and small appliances like washers, dryers, air fryers, blenders, that kind of thing. So if you need a new one of those, check the July 4th sales. If you need dinnerware and cookware, as it's the end of kind of the wedding season, those are starting to go on sales at the retailers that sell those types of things. You can also get grilling, party, and picnic supplies on sale, especially around July 4th, and then prices are just going to drop off after then because there won't really be any other big holidays, and stores are going to start trying to clear out that summer stuff to focus on fall. Some even already have Halloween decor out. It's a little nuts. And finally, mattresses. Mattresses have a few times a year that they go on their best sales, and that is Memorial Day, Labor Day, July 4th, and then Black Friday. So one of the 4 times a year that mattresses are going to be on super clearance is coming up. There are also some things that you absolutely should try not to buy this month if you can avoid it, and it's because those items are at the top of their pricing. The first is most electronics other than back to school sales for laptops. If you can hold out until Black Friday for other electronics, absolutely do so and you'll save some money. Specifically for phones and Apple products, new lines and the new generations come out in September. So if you can wait until about then and get the older model, it drops off in price a lot. Fall clothing is going to start showing up in July, but they're at their absolute peak prices. Wait, you can't wear it yet anyway. Now let's talk about what's in season in July and what you should pick up. If you shop seasonally at the grocery stores, you can save a lot of money. For instance, right now, if you have a hankering for watermelon, it's as cheap as it's gonna get because it's in season. Out of season produce costs more for grocery stores to import, so they're going to sell it to you at the highest price that they can get away with, often 3 or 4 times markup. Whereas if you shop in season, you'll get the cheapest price on fruits and veggies, and you can plan your meals around that. So some of the other things are in season and on sale in July are avocados, apricots, blueberries, blackberries, cherries, cantaloupe, cucumbers, raspberries, kiwis, mangoes, nectarine, peaches, plums, strawberries, tomatoes, and of course watermelon. For vegetables, you'll see the lowest pricing on artichokes, asparagus, broccoli, green beans, chives, carrots, corn, kale, greens, lettuce, leeks, okra, potatoes, peppers, shallots, Swiss chard, and summer squash. You're probably gonna be spending more on your electric bill this month during any other month of the year, especially if you're in a southern state like me in Texas, where it is over 100 degrees every single day this week, late into the night. So personally, I consider this a really good time to do a freezer clean out. 1, to offset some of the extra costs that I'm going to be spending on electricity by saving a little bit more on food. And 2, if you're miserably hot, it doesn't suck to have your freezer open, cleaning it all out and dealing with some of the stuff that's gone bad in there. I actually have a whole article on budgetgirl.com on how to efficiently clean out and organize your freezer. It's got a printable and a checklist so you can do an inventory. Make sure you get anything out of there that you're never gonna eat. It's just taking up room, and maybe work through some of those frozen leftovers. If you're interested in saving more money on your grocery shopping, I have 2 other articles I'm gonna link below: how to beat supermarket meat prices and my favorite frugal things at Aldi. That's actually a whole video. If you'd rather watch that, you can check it out. Let me know what you think of this type of video. If you would like your financial remember friend to come in and tell you some of the stuff that you should know about money this month, let me know down below and I might do it again. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful July. Stay cool out there and stay frugal.